Okay. I'm trying to be vacation dad, and people keep ruining it for me. All right, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we have something else that I'm angry about. I know originally today's video was already supposed to be pretty serious. I think I'm just gonna bump it to Friday because tomorrow I already have plans for something significantly lighter in tone, and I feel like it'll be a good thing to sandwich in between this kind of enraging story and then, you know, Friday's just more serious topic that will be late by the time it gets up, but it's whatever. It's whatever. So we are going to be talking about something that, you know, appeared on my Twitter feed early this morning, and I've literally been itching all day to make this video while I was at work, so here we go. And just before we get into this, I would like to say, please do not send any targeted hate or harassment directed at the person that I'm talking about in this video. It does not help situations. It does not make anything better. It doesn't change the things that already happened. It doesn't prevent things that might happen in the future from happening. I'm not saying that we can't criticize somebody, but there's a difference between, you know, criticizing somebody, drawing attention to a situation that shouldn't have happened, trying to make somebody understand what they did wrong, and just like senselessly going at them constantly. But yeah, let's get into the video. And what I'm going to show you is probably potentially going to make Alinity just breathe a sigh of relief that the heat's going to be pulled off her in the world of animal abuse. But today we're going to be talking about Brooke Houts. Her name is Brooke. She makes videos, and lately she's been making videos with her Doberman puppy. And that's what leads us to this video that I'm about to show you, where, you know, there's levels of stupidity. This is not the level of stupidity that like Family of Five was for actually like uploading child abuse without thinking it was child abuse. But this is the level of stupidity where you upload a video where you're abusing your animal and because you forgot to edit it. Or you uploaded the unedited version accidentally. So good job. And luckily someone was there to jump on it super quick and download it. So we have proof for all of the internet. And then the best part about it was that they did end up uploading the edited version of the video after. That's great. So I'm going to show you a couple clips here. So basically she's trying to film a video and the dog is very excited, which is understandable because the entire point of this video was pranking the dog, getting the dog excited, getting the dog riled up and ready to play. And then, you know, a dog doesn't understand when you're like, okay, time to wrap. I'm filming the outro now. It's time for you to calm down. So when the dog doesn't calm down and is just really excited and wants to be near her because it's a dog and they're high energy and they love you, she ends up hitting the dog.
It doesn't faze you.
Pushing the dog.
We love you.
Spitting on the dog and pulling on the dog's fur.
Stop!
Let's see what Brooke had to say, because Brooke had a lot to say. Brooke had 3.5 really long pages of stuff to say about the video. Like, literally, once these videos started surfacing, even Ethan from H3H3 Productions put out offers there that he would adopt the dog. So Ethan actually said, I'm in LA and will literally buy your dog from you, name any price. He really does need a new home. I'm serious, by the way, DMs are open to you. And so many people that I know have gotten in on this, like so many people from different areas, the gaming community, the commentary community, even like the tech reviewers, like all sorts of different people have gotten in on this situation because it really is disgusting. So let's have a look at what Brooke said now, because it's a lot. It's a lot, and even though she tries to say she's not trying to play the victim, it is a lot written out here when really it's probably just best to say, you know, what I did is completely inexcusable. I don't really know what you could say to make this better, but anyways, it's not my job to try to figure out what she should say in this situation. Anything I say isn't going to make those who believe I'm a bad person stop believing that, and I'm aware of this. I apologize to anyone who has been affected negatively by the footage. That's most people who watched it. First off, I want to address the uncut footage. On the day in particular that video was filmed, and actually this past week, things in my outside life have been less than exceptional. Guess what? Your dog doesn't give a shit. It's your responsibility. You literally took on a dependent. It is your job to take care of that animal and not do this to it because you're having a bad day. Oh my God, I have to keep reading this though. I'm not going to play the victim card. Sounds like it. I understand it's normal to get frustrated with your pets. They do annoying things, but you just have to deal with it better than what you did in this video. That being said, this does not justify me yelling at my dog in the way that I did. But the fact that the yelling is what you're bringing up in this apology and not the fact that you hit your dog, pushed your dog, basically kind of like hit it into the point that it was throwing him, and then spit on him. Should I have gotten as angry as I did in the video? No. Should I have raised my voice and yelled at him? No. Again, no. The yelling's only part of it. However, when my 75-pound Doberman is jumping up in my face with his mouth open, I do, as a dog parent, have to show him that his behavior is unacceptable. Yeah, but not by hitting him, not by spitting on him, and not by holding him down by the strap. Like, why are you making it sound like all you did was yell at your dog? But I want to make it known, regardless of what my dog does, I should not have acted that way towards him. I want to clarify that I'm not a dog abuser or an animal abuser in any way, shape, or form. Anyone who has witnessed or heard true animal abuse will be able to clearly see that. My dog in no way, shape, or form was hurt by any action that I displayed in this video. I know people are gonna say you don't know how he really feels, and this is true, but if he was audibly and physically in pain, why do you think you have to get to the point where the dog would be audibly in pain before it counts as abuse? Like, are you kidding me? Oh my God, I don't even think I can keep reading this. This literally goes on to the whole, like, I'm not gonna try to play the victim card, but here's all of this stuff to try to explain what I did. I also did not spit on my dog, but I understand how it could look like I did. It kind of looks like you spit on your dog. Like, I don't know why you're saying you didn't spit on your dog, but this really looks like you... Even if you didn't, that was like the least bad thing you did. That was just the weirdest thing you did. My family and I are in the process of getting him training. The training that I have been looking at for him is very expensive because it'd have to be one-on-one with the trainer. Yeah, that's kind of a thing. When you get a dependent, especially something like a dog that requires a lot of training and obedience training, that's something that you need to take into consideration before you get the dog. That's why I don't understand, like, so many people are so in such a rush to get animals, but they don't know if they can take care of them, especially when it's a dog, especially when it's a large breed dog like this. It's gonna have a lot of energy and it's going to need discipline training. Otherwise, it's not gonna know how to act properly. And I can guarantee you, you getting frustrated at him when he doesn't know any better is not the answer. I think you know that, but still, this is all just coming across as really bad. I'm sure that this is going to end up being like a situation with Linity where like proper, you know, the local SPCAs are probably going to look into the situation. It looks like she has a really good family support network, so maybe from here on out, they'll actually do the proper job to train the animals. And maybe she won't rely on the animal so much for content, which might prevent her from getting so damn annoyed. I would also like to point out that I thought this thumbnail was really funny because it was almost like it was predicting the future. And honestly, in situations like this, I absolutely want to hope that this isn't the way somebody acts normally. And it doesn't actually sound like she's really learned anything because she really keeps trying to downplay the actions of what she did to the animal, which is just not a good idea in this situation. Don't try to downplay what you did. It's just gonna reinvigorate the fire against you. Lastly, I don't want to make this statement seem like it's me defending myself because that is not my goal. I do want to point out what actually happened though. Look, I know that we can like mess with videos and things can kind of come across in a different way, but like we got the unedited video. Come on. But then she does go on to say that she's getting her dog into training. How about we get you into training? And I'm looking at ways to improve how I personally train him at home, which again makes me worry about how she's been training him thus far. I'm sorry you guys had to watch that footage and were upset by it. I'm sorry that you thought that that was a reasonable thing to do to your dog. I'm sorry to my dog for raising my voice and acting aggressively. Oh my God, she's really just gung-ho on the raising the voice thing when it's really the aggressive behavior that is really the worst part. I'm not saying that the yelling's good because dogs obviously take yelling very, like, they don't like dogs really respond to like verbal cues and stuff like that. And then says, in my heart and from the words of the people that spend the most time with me, I know that I am a great dog mom, but not perfect. Again, this is probably the stuff I would have left out of this. And it'll go on to say the Amazon Prime mailman is probably tired of delivering packages of dog toys to my house. You know who else gets a lot of gifts? People in abusive situations. And then she does go on to clarify again that doesn't make the actions okay, but you keep going on and saying that you're not trying to justify your behaviors or like make excuses, but that's exactly what you're doing. You're trying to reinforce that you're really good at what you do, that this was a little bit of a lapse, but even as a lapse, it really wasn't as bad as you guys think it was. And oddly enough, there are a lot of people that support her. It does. The tweet currently has like 844 likes, which I'm assuming most of the likes are people supporting, and there are a lot of people. I'm not seeing as many of them now, but like when I first looked at this, which to be fair was about 4.5 hours ago, there were a lot of people being like, don't worry, we know that you don't mean to injure your animal. We know that you're really good for what you do. It's like, I love you endlessly and know you're not an animal abuser. Your dog's lucky to have you. And it's like, I just keep, every time I talk about something like this, I just have to get back to the fact that like, you are your animal's like main source of protection, well-being, and caring. And they don't understand what you're saying because they're not people. And they rely on you for their well-being, and that includes their emotional well-being. And I'm sorry, if you are going to use your dog for content and then get annoyed when the dog is excited and riled up because you got him excited and riled up, getting mad at the dog is not the responsible reaction, and maybe you just you shouldn't have made the video that day. Bringing in an animal means that regardless of what kind of day you're having, doesn't mean that you can just shirk off the responsibilities of that animal or treat it in a way as if it understands what's going on in your life, because it is also a living, breathing, independent creature with its own needs, and it's literally basically a baby forever. It's a little child that you can never understand what it wants necessarily. You get little glimpses as to what it might want. So please, if you're going to keep the dog, please do everything in your power to get better than this, get the dog properly trained, get yourself properly trained to deal with these situations. And if you don't think that you can do that for your dog, maybe you should consider taking up somebody on the offer for adoption. Just know that there's different types of abuse. Obviously, you are not the worst type of abuse that there is out there in terms of animals, but that doesn't negate the fact that you still treated your dog horribly and deserve to be called out for that. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section down below. Again, don't send any like extraneous targeted hate. If you want to make a report, I'm sure a lot of people have already reported this to local animal protection agencies and stuff like that. Yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic day.